Welcome back to Best Futuristic Gadgets. Personal flying vehicles are not the future anymore. A single-seat eVTOL you can fly without a pilot's license. A jet-powered wingsuit hitting 400 kilometers per hour. A flying speeder bike straight out of Star Wars that you can actually buy. This is happening right now. 8 personal flying vehicles that just made science fiction a purchase decision. Let's go. Number 1. Every personal aircraft before this one required a pilot, a license, years of training. The RYSE Recon just changed that. This is a single-seat eVTOL, electric vertical takeoff and landing, designed specifically for people who have never flown anything in their lives. The entire control system is built around simplicity. 2 joysticks, intuitive inputs, automated stabilization that handles the physics so you handle the direction. The Recon lifts off vertically, needs no runway, and cruises at altitudes that keep you clear of conventional air traffic and regulatory airspace complications. The electric powertrain is quiet, clean, and produces the kind of instant torque response that makes every input feel immediate and confident. Built for agricultural use, emergency response, and personal transportation across terrain where roads don't exist or don't make sense, ranches, rural properties, coastlines, flood zones, the Recon doesn't need infrastructure. It just needs somewhere to land. You didn't need a pilot's license to change transportation. RYSE just proved it. Number 2. Jetson built one thing, a personal flying vehicle for everyone. And they actually did it. This is the Jetson ONE, an ultralight electric multicopter that anyone can fly, that anyone can own, and that delivers a flying experience so visceral and so immediate, it redefines what personal aviation feels like. 8 rotors, carbon fiber frame, a safety system that keeps flying even if multiple motors fail simultaneously. The engineering behind the One is serious, but the experience of flying it is pure, uncomplicated joy. The cockpit is open. You feel the air. You feel the altitude. You feel exactly what it means to be airborne in something you're controlling with your own hands. There's no glass between you and the sky, no cabin to muffle the experience. Just you, the controls, and the ground getting smaller. Top speed of 102 kilometers per hour, flight time purpose-built for recreational use, and a learning curve measured in minutes thanks to the automated stabilization system that catches inputs before they become problems. Jetson called it the One because it was supposed to be the first personal flying vehicle for everyone. It lived up to the name. Number 3. Everything else on this list is a vehicle. The Flyboard Air is something else entirely. This is the Zapata Flyboard Air, a jet-powered personal flight platform that straps to your feet and makes you the aircraft. No cockpit, no seat, no frame around you, just a board, 5 jet turbines, and your body acting as the fuselage, the control surface, and the pilot simultaneously. You lean to turn, you shift your weight to ascend, you are the vehicle. Top speed exceeds 160 kilometers per hour. Altitude ceiling reaches over 3,000 meters. Flight time is measured in minutes rather than hours, but those minutes produce footage and experiences that nothing else on Earth replicates. Frankie Zapata crossed the English Channel on this, 22 miles of open water, jet-powered, standing upright at altitude. If that doesn't establish what this machine is capable of, nothing will. The training curve is steep and the experience is not for everyone. But for the people it is for, the Flyboard Air isn't transportation, it's what flying actually feels like when there's nothing between you and the sky. Number 4. Most electric aircraft compromise on range to hit their weight targets. The Pegasus E-Flyer refused that compromise and built something genuinely different. This is a fixed-wing electric personal aircraft that combines the efficiency of traditional aviation aerodynamics with an all-electric powertrain pushed further than anything in its class has managed before. The result is a personal flyer with real-world range, real-world speed, and a flight experience that feels less like a gadget and more like an aircraft, because that's exactly what it is. The E-Flyer is designed for pilots who want to fly electrically without giving up the capability they expect from aviation. Smooth, stable handling characteristics, enough range to make trips meaningful rather than just local hops, and an electric drivetrain that delivers instant, linear power response with the near silence that makes electric flight a fundamentally different sensory experience from anything combustion-powered. The airframe design is clean and considered, aerodynamically efficient, visually striking, and built to the standards of aircraft engineering rather than consumer electronics. Electric aviation has been promising the world for years. The Pegasus E-Flyer is one of the first to actually deliver it with wings. Number 5. George Lucas imagined the speeder bike in 1983. Volonaut built one in 2024. The Volonaut Airbike is a flying hoverbike, a single-rider personal aircraft that you straddle like a motorcycle and pilot through three-dimensional space with controls that feel instinctively familiar to anyone who has ever ridden anything with handlebars. The ducted fan system produces vertical lift and directional thrust with a physical footprint smaller than a car, meaning it fits in spaces that no conventional aircraft can operate in and opens up flight corridors that rotary and fixed-wing vehicles can't access. The riding position is intuitive. The control inputs map to physical intuition in a way that makes the learning curve dramatically shorter than any other personal aircraft. You don't learn to fly the airbike the way you learn to fly a plane, you learn to ride it, and that distinction matters enormously. Star Wars made the speeder bike iconic. Volonaut made it real. The only difference is you don't need to be on Endor to fly one. Number 6. Every eVTOL faces the same fundamental problem. Vertical flight is inefficient, and horizontal flight requires wings. Most vehicles compromise on one to get the other. The Horizon aircraft Cavorite X7 solved both. Horizon's patented fan-in-wing technology embeds the lift fans directly inside the wing surface, active during takeoff and landing for vertical thrust, then sealed flush during cruise flight so the wing performs as a conventional aerodynamic surface with zero drag penalty. The result is an aircraft that takes off like a helicopter and cruises like a plane, with the efficiency of both and the compromises of neither. 7-seat capacity positions the X7 as a serious regional air mobility platform, not a personal toy, but a vehicle that competes with short-haul regional aviation on speed, cost, and accessibility. Point-to-point travel between cities without airports, landing anywhere with a surface large enough to park a vehicle, hybrid electric powertrain extends range beyond what pure electric platforms currently achieve, while retaining the emissions and operational cost advantages of electrification. Every other eVTOL picked a side. The Cavorite X7 engineered its way out of having to choose. Number 7. This is not a vehicle, this is a human being who became an aircraft. The Jetman Jet Wing is a carbon fiber wing worn on the back, powered by 4 miniature jet turbines that turns its pilot into a self-propelled flying object capable of speeds exceeding 400 kilometers per hour and altitudes above 6,000 meters. Yves Rossi, Jetman, spent years developing and refining this system, and the flights it has produced are genuinely among the most extraordinary things a human has ever done under their own power. Formation flying with fighter jets, loops over the Grand Canyon, crossing the English Channel, flying alongside an Airbus A380 at altitude. The control system is entirely body-based. The pilot controls pitch, roll, and yaw through physical movement with no external flight surfaces beyond the wing itself. You think it, your body does it, the wing executes it. Training is extensive, the experience is exclusive, and the barrier to entry is as high as anything in this video. But the Jetman Jet Wing isn't here to be accessible. It's here to show what's possible when a human being decides that flying, really flying, is worth everything it takes to get there. Number 8. This is not a vehicle. This flies just above the water, and that distinction makes it something none of them are. This is an electric Seaglider, a wing-in-ground effect vehicle that operates in the aerodynamic cushion between its hull and the water surface, achieving lift efficiency of flight at a fraction of the altitude and energy cost. It doesn't need to climb. It rides the ground effect at high speed, skimming above the water with the stability of a boat and the speed of an aircraft. Electric powertrain, zero emissions, operational costs dramatically lower than both marine and air alternatives. Coastal commutes that take an hour by ferry take 12 minutes in the Viceroy. Island trips that require flights become direct point-to-point water connections. It doesn't fly through the air, it flies through the space just above the water, and in that space, nothing else comes close. Thanks for watching Best Futuristic Gadgets. Subscribe and stay upgraded.